Welcome, I'm Wobe from Platinum Intel, the channel where we break down PlayStation Plus games from a trophy hunter's perspective. This month, PlayStation is adding 7 new games to the Extra Catalogue, plus 1 PlayStation Classic exclusive for premium members. All of them drop on September 16th, and we'll be taking a close look at the trophy lists so you know which games are worth chasing and which ones might not be worth your time. So whether you're here to plan your next Platinum hunt or just want to see what's new this month, let's break it down. Our first edition for September is WWE 2K25, available on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, developed by Visual Concepts and released on March 14th this year. It's the latest entry in the long-running wrestling franchise, blending elements of fighting, simulation, and sports. It continues refining its core mechanics while introducing smoother animations and updates to modes like My Faction and Career. Critics praised its visual polish, improved presentation, and gameplay tweaks, but noted that persistent server issues and bugginess have frustrated some players. It currently holds a Metacritic score of 80 with a user rating of 6.1. WWE 2K25 features 61 base trophies, and this is far from a quick or simple platinum. While it sits at a 4 out of 10 difficulty, you're looking at a long grind ahead with an estimated 60 hours or more of playtime and taking about 2 full playthroughs to get everything done. Between the My Faction grind and the high difficulty versus AI matches, this isn't the kind of platinum you'll knock out in a weekend. A big chunk of your time will be spent in the My Faction mode, which is tied to 14 online trophies. The good news is there's no PvP required. On top of that, there are 4 particularly grindy trophies tied to My Faction, Hall of Fame, and Player vs AI modes, each with strict match requirements that'll keep you busy. There are also 10 missable trophies, most connected to career mode dialogue choices and multiple endings. Thankfully, these can be cheesed using the PS Plus cloud save feature. There have been numerous reports of buggy trophies in this list, so you may need to replay certain objectives to get them unlocked properly. And to make things even more interesting, there are 3 RNG-based trophies thrown into the mix, so be prepared for a little extra luck-based grinding. PS5 players, there's a free DLC pack called The Island, which adds 5 bonus trophies and takes roughly 2 hours to complete. Just note that one of these requires you to finish, but not win a single online PvP match. For those who care, the My Faction trophies auto-pop between PS4 and PS5. Thanks to 2K's server sync, any progress you make on one platform will carry across to the other. If you're a fan of wrestling games or have enjoyed previous WWE 2K titles, this could be a solid addition to your library. But a quick word of warning, while PvP isn't required for the Platinum, you'll still be relying on the 2K servers being up and running. And like most yearly sports titles, those servers won't stay online forever. Next up, we're heading back into the Persona universe with Persona 5 Tactica, available on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Developed by Atlus and P Studio and released on November 17th, 2023, this spin-off takes the Phantom Thieves in a new direction, combining role-playing and tactical strategy with the series' familiar fantasy style. Critics praised its stylish presentation, engaging combat, and creative grid-based mechanics, but some felt the story and overall challenge level weren't quite as strong as the previous Persona titles. It currently holds a Metacritic score of 74 with a user rating of 7.1. Persona 5 Tactica features a total of 40 base trophies, and compared to some other titles this month, this one's much more manageable. At a comfortable 4 out of 10 for the difficulty, and around 30 hours of playtime, with 2 full playthroughs to secure the Platinum, it is definitely one of the quicker pickups in this lineup. The trophy list itself is fairly straightforward, but there are a few things to watch out for. There are 3 grindy trophies, one of which also happens to be missable, so you'll need to plan carefully. In fact, all 3 missable trophies are tied to completing every quest, earning every reward, and watching all hideout conversations. To avoid headaches, make sure you grab these before hitting the point of no return in the story. Outside of that, the rest of the list is tied to story progression, combat objectives, and optional side content. If you're a Persona fan or love tactical strategy RPGs, this is a great pickup for your collection. Just be mindful of the missable trophies and make sure you clean up your quests, awards, and hideout conversations before moving past the point of no return. Our next edition is Green Hell, available on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Developed by Creepy Jar, the PS4 version originally launched back on June 9th, 2021, while the PS5 upgrade arrived more recently on August 14th, 2024. This is a brutal survival experience set in the deep Amazon rainforest, combining action, open world exploration, and strategy as you fight to stay alive against the wild. Crafting, resource management, and adapting to your environment are key, and mistakes out here are punished hard. Critics praised its immersive atmosphere, realistic survival mechanics, and the sheer tension of its open world setting, though some players found the learning curve steep and unforgiving. It currently sits at a Metacritic score of 78 with a user rating of 7.5. Green Hell features a total of 41 base trophies, and while the list isn't the longest, don't underestimate it. Don't be fooled by the 5 out of 10 difficulty. You'll still be looking at surviving 30 or more hours and a minimum of 2 playthroughs, with one of those needing to be on the game's hardest, most unforgiving difficulty to secure the platinum. Even though you can play Green Hell in co-op, there are no online trophies, which might sound like a relief, but here's the catch. The hardest difficulty trophy and all challenge-related trophies can only be completed solo. Honestly, it's a shame, because I was looking forward to dragging Maxi through this hell in co-op. As for the rest of the list, there are 3 grindy trophies you'll need to plan for. 1 for maxing out a skill, and 2 others tied to surviving a set number of days while playing in pacifist and vegan playstyles on specific difficulties. There's also 1 missable trophy worth keeping in mind, which requires you to finish the game with a specific item in your backpack. Forget it, and you'll be looking at another full playthrough, so it's worth planning ahead. If you're into hardcore survival games, Green Hell is going to test your patience and your resourcefulness. Just remember, even though the game supports co-op, the hardest trophies can only be done solo. So prepare to tough this one out on your own. Up next, we've got Fate/Samurai Remnant, available on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Developed by Type Moon and released on September 29th, 2023. This action-packed RPG blends high-speed combat with the Fate franchise's rich lore and cinematic storytelling. Critics praised its stylish visuals, flashy combat, and engaging character-driven narrative, though some noted the pacing can drag in certain sections. It currently holds a Metacritic score of 81 with a user rating of 8. Fate/Samurai Remnant features 45 base trophies, and while the overall difficulty sits at around a 4 out of 10, expect to spend 70 plus hours and complete at least 3 full playthroughs to grab the platinum. The good news is that the list itself is fairly forgiving. There are only 2 missable trophies, one of which is tied to the collectibles, so make sure you're keeping an eye out as you explore to avoid extra cleanup later. Outside of that, most trophies are tied to the story progression, combat mastery, and optional side activities. There are 3 DLC packs available, each adding new content and trophies to the mix. The first DLC pack adds 13 trophies, roughly 15 hours to complete, with an estimated 2 out of 10 difficulty. The second DLC pack adds 12 trophies, takes about 6 hours to finish, and also sits at a 2 out of 10 for the difficulty. The third DLC pack, again, adds 12 trophies, takes about 5 hours to complete, is a 2 out of 10 for the difficulty. Each pack is priced at $22.95 AUD or $14.99 USD. There's also a season pass available for around $59.95 AUD or $39.99 USD. If you're a fan of the Fate franchise or just love action-heavy RPGs, this is a solid addition to your library. If you're into mystery and horror, you'll definitely want to check out Crow Country, available on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Developed by SFB Games, the PS5 version launched on May 9th, 2024, with the PS4 release following on October 22nd, 2024. This one blends classic survival horror vibes with modern puzzle solving and shooter elements, creating a creepy, atmospheric experience that leans heavily on exploration and tension. Critics loved its retro-inspired visuals, eerie world design, and the sense of mystery woven throughout the story. It currently holds a Metacritic score of 84 with a user rating of 8. Compared to some of this month's other editions, Crow Country is a breath of fresh air. The game has just 16 base trophies and sits at an easy 2 out of 10 difficulty. You'll only need a single playthrough and takes about 2 hours to secure the platinum. Best of all, there are no grindy trophies, no missables, no RNG, and no buggy unlocks to worry about. This is as smooth and stress-free as trophy hunting gets. If you're a fan of spooky mysteries and retro-inspired horror, Crow Country is a short but rewarding experience, both for the story and the platinum hunters out there. Next up is The Invincible, available on PlayStation 5 and developed by Starwood Industries. This first-person narrative adventure takes you to the mysterious planet Regis 3, where survival, exploration, and piecing together a deep sci-fi mystery takes center stage. Critics praised its cinematic atmosphere, beautiful retro-futuristic visuals, and thought-provoking narrative, though some noted that the slower pacing won't be for everybody. It currently holds a Metacritic score of 72, with a user rating of 7.9. The Invincible has a total of 30 base trophies, and overall it's considered a relatively easy platinum. Sitting at around a 2 out of 10 for the difficulty, you'll only need a single playthrough and takes roughly 15 hours to earn 100%. That said, there are a few things worth keeping in mind. While there isn't a definitive trophy guide yet, players who've earned the platinum have reported that some trophies are missable, as they span across multiple in-game chapters. On the plus side, the multiple endings can apparently be unlocked by simply reloading your last save. Until proper guides are out, it's safest to keep manual saves at key points if you want to avoid an unexpected second playthrough. If you're into narrative-driven exploration games with a touch of sci-fi and mystery, the Invincible is absolutely worth a look. The platinum itself should be manageable, but with no definitive guides yet, be prepared to tread cautiously. Our final edition for September is Conscript, available on PlayStation 5, developed by Catchweight Studio and released on July 23rd, 2024. This action horror survival game drops you into the brutal chaos of World War I, blending classic survival horror mechanics with tense, resource-driven gameplay. Conscript focuses on exploration, puzzle solving, and making every bullet and every choice count. Critics praised its oppressive atmosphere, retro-inspired visuals, and immersive world building, with many highlighting just how well it captures the dread and tension of trench warfare. It currently holds a Metacritic score of 80 with a user rating of 8.3. Conscript features a total of 35 base trophies, but right now, there's no definitive guide available and limited information on the platinum journey. Because of that, we can't provide a reliable difficulty rating or estimated completion time just yet. That said, looking through the trophy list, there are a few key points to be aware of. There appear to be difficulty-related trophies that require achieving specific rankings under the certain parameters, so expect at least some level of challenge here. From player data so far, the fastest recorded platinum sits at just over 12 hours, while most others are averaging anywhere between 2 days and 2 weeks to finish, depending heavily on how comfortable you are with survival horror mechanics and mastering the game's systems. If you're a fan of classic survival horror with a dark, historical twist, Conscript looks like one to watch. While the full platinum path isn't fully mapped out yet, expect a tense, atmospheric experience that demands patience, precision, and careful resource management. And for PlayStation Plus Premium members, September brings a classic blast from the past with Legacy of Kain Defiance. Originally released back in 2003 and developed by Crystal Dynamics, this entry continues the legendary saga of Kain and Raziel. While this is part of the PS2 Classic lineup and doesn't include any trophies, it's a great chance to revisit or experience for the first time, one of the most beloved chapters in the Legacy of Kain franchise.
Maxi here with a quick reminder. Several games will be leaving the PlayStation Plus catalog on September 16th. If you haven't started yet, it's too late to go for the platinums in UFC 5, Odin's Sphere, and Dragon's Crown Pro. You'd be cutting it really close with Night in the Woods and Fist Forged in Shadow Torch. You may still have time to grab either the Plucky Squire, Road 96, or Pistol Whip, as all three are relatively simple platinums. If you haven't platinumed Road 96 yet, we highly recommend it. It is a short platinum with such a beautiful and emotional story tied to it. Definitely a hidden gem.
And that's everything coming to the PlayStation Plus catalog this month, and a quick reminder of those leaving on September 16th. Some of these are going to test your patience. WWE 2K25, I'm looking at you, while others like Crow Country are a nice, easy win for the collection. And if you're brave enough to tackle Green Hell, well, you're better than me. Let us know in the comments which platinums you're gunning for this month, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next monthly breakdown. Until next time, good luck out there, and happy hunting, legends. Help!